I don't know. We shall see. It's going to be a challenge. Yeah, I did cook them. Cooked them on the barbecue. It's not a filter. It's just my fat head. Hey, Spooky Chick. I hope you're well over there in the States. I hope you're well. Really? What kind of potatoes are brown? Maybe charcoal potatoes? Anyways, guys, I got 152 meatballs. I got 80 pork and veal meatballs and 72 beef and cheddar meatballs. Altogether, 4 kilos, 5,800 and something calories, I think, or 5,500 and something calories. Anywho, irrelevant. 4 kilos. Wish me luck, guys. I'm going to get going soon. Shout out to Jack and Noah, my little followers. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are being kind to your parents in this lockdown. And you suggested 150 meatballs. I added 2 for good luck. So we'll see how we go. Do you want to flip it?
Can you flip TikTok because it's harder? Alrighty, guys. Alright, everyone. Welcome. Alright, James, just give me 1 sec. I've just got to put my phone in the tripod. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Alrighty, timer is going on 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, good morning everyone. Oh, it's the afternoon now. We are doing a 4 kilo meatball challenge for lunch today, which is made up of 80 pork and veal meatballs and then 72 beef and cheddar meatballs. So it's 152 in total. James's online followers, Jack and Noah, wanted to see him do 150 meatballs. So
they're basically family.
James cooked up these on the barbecue this morning and added 2 extras in, 1 for Jack and 1 for Noah. So we're aiming for 150 today. It is over 8,500 calories, 8,554 to be specific. Survivor dipping sauce today is barbecue, tomato, and then he has a soy and vinegar street food sauce, which looks a bit random. But we'll see which he prefers by number 152. So thanks everyone for joining today. Do we have any time predictions for this particular challenge? Scory, you reckon 5 minutes and 4 seconds? That's very generous. 30 minutes. No sound on Insta? That's random. Oh, people can hear us on Instagram. Instagram, can you hear us? Yeah, I've got comments coming through, whoever sent that, so it must be your Instagram that's muted. Hi Trisha, thanks for joining us on the big screen. We love you being here with us and all our Twitches. It's good to have you online. So nice to see our regular viewers tune in every day. Thanks Insta. I think maybe someone on TikTok had their feed muted. Thank you very much for confirming. So Mick, we've got 152 meatballs today. All right. We've got 80 pork and veal and then 72 beef and cheddar. So it's a 8,554 calorie spread. He's definitely hungry, guys. This is his first meal of the day. He hasn't eaten since last night. And it is 12:05 p.m, smack bang on lunchtime here in Sydney, Australia. So yeah, we're back to Coke Zero. I'm sure you're all appreciating the return of the OG soda of choice. James actually really likes the new packaging. That's how long he's not been drinking Coke Zero for. We didn't even know it had been rebranded. So that's pretty exciting. Good question. James Survivor on Twitch has just asked, does the calories include your sauce? No. So we've only calculated the calorie intake for the meatballs themselves. So sauce is on top. So Sophie, we've got 152 meatballs today. 80 of them are pork and veal, and the remaining are beef and cheddar meatballs. And James cooked these on the barbecue.
Oh.
Ricky, James.
Adam, James just bought these meatballs from our local grocer, and then he cooked them on the barbecue. Not homemade Bahama Mama, but they are home cooked, we'll say.
Oh, no, yeah.
It is 2 for Tuesday today. James is excited for pizza night tonight. We are well, twerking princess. So Love Tabs, I think at the moment he has barbecue sauce in the bowl. No?
Soy and vinegar.
Soy and vinegar.
It goes gun on pork.
Right, okay. Mel Macca 2 for Tuesday is the Pizza Hut deal here in Australia, where it's a 2 for 1 deal. So James does pizza every night, so that's why we call it 2 for Tuesday, because it's 2 for 1 on Tuesdays.
Pizza Hut actually call it 2 for Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Not that smart. I didn't make it up.
Yeah.
I just participate.
Yeah. Beck, the time is 12:08 p.m. in the afternoon here in Sydney, so smack bang on lunchtime.
Oh.
Time check, guys. We are 7 minutes and 9 seconds into this challenge. Yeah, Rodney, we do not deny that we've gone stir crazy in lockdown, but we are using this time for James to build his online audience and also his eating capacity whilst we are locked in our apartment. James's apartment, I should say.
Oh.
Oh, King Jordan, you should be asleep, my man, but thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Yeah, KJG on Twitter, sorry, a time check is just about to hit 8 minutes. I hope you heard my earlier time call, but if not, we're just hitting 8 minutes. Hi, Danny. We are eating our way through 152 meatballs. It's 4 kilos in total. And the meatballs are split up between 80 pork and veal, and then the remaining quantities are beef and cheddar. Bahama Mama wants to know if you're getting full already.
Half. It's more the repetitive taste.
Yeah. Flavor fatigue.
Very meaty.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to donate or sponsor a challenge, you can do that via James's website, which is jwebbycaneat.com. If you click on the socials tab, you'll see a link to his PayPal. If you want to donate, that's fine, but if you would like to sponsor a particular challenge that you would like to see, just get in contact with James via the contact box on the website, and we can facilitate that for you. Jamera, I think we're doing a chocolate challenge later today, so stay tuned for that. I think it's like a Mars and Snickers special. So if you're keen to see a chocolate challenge, definitely tune in then. Potato challenge, we were supposed to do hash browns today, but we might end up doing that tomorrow instead. So that will be our next potato challenge. He's working on building his spice tolerance at the moment. I would say it's pretty decent, but not in comparison to like other content creators that do spicy food content. If you're into that kind of thing, I strongly suggest you jump across and check out our mate Scotty, the Wolf of Eat Street. He does like crazy challenges with like reefer sauce and stuff like that. So if you're into that kind of thing, definitely check Scott out. Yeah, I blocked him. Sorry, don't have time for that nonsense. So James just bought the meatballs from our local grocer, and then he cooked them on the barbecue. So the meatballs are home cooked but not homemade. Cheryl, chocolate challenge will probably be around 3:30 this afternoon, maybe. Sydney time, obviously. Scott's TikTok is the Wolf of Eat Street. You should have done hash browns with the meatballs. Oh my god, Bahama Mama. That sounds awful.
What a waste of hash browns.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
Marina, the challenge tonight will be pizza. It's Tuesday night, so traditionally Monday night in the Webb household is pasta night. Tuesday night is pizza night. Hi Matt Bush, good to see you on. We are both well today. How devastated will James be when Pizza Hut stops their 2-for-1 deal? I think he'll be upset, but at the same time...
I'll move to Domino's.
Yeah, he'll just change suppliers. Someone mentioned the other day that Domino's do a similar deal, but instead of it being like 2-for-1, it's just their traditional pizzas are more like $10. So...
Works out to be the same.
yeah, it's much of muchness. He just doesn't get any like fancy flavors.
Although, I did look at Domino's menu. They've got some interesting ones.
So personal spectrum, these are meatballs. So we started with 152. The split was 80 pork and veal and the remaining 72 beef and cheddar. So this challenge was requested by James's little followers / kind of family, Jack and Noah. So shout out to Jack and Noah who requested James to eat his way through 150 meatballs, but James upped it to 152, and we'll see how we'll go. The time now is 12:15 in the afternoon, so smack bang on lunchtime here in Sydney, Australia. Pizza tonight will be sometime after 8 p.m. Sydney time. But if you stay tuned to James's Instagram story, we do normally announce our supplier challenges before we go live to give you plenty of notice of when to sign on. Yeah, Marina, pizza is James's favourite food too, but we have limited it to Tuesday nights because we have an addiction problem that needed to be reined in. Are you going to be vegetarian afterwards? Absolutely not. Yeah, Charlie boy, think of all the protein gains. There's no time limit for this particular challenge, guys. This is a capacity challenge. So it's 4 kilos worth of meat. So whilst we are timing the challenge, James is more walking towards the goal of completion rather than... Lol. Randy Sumtel's just messaging you. Thanks for tuning in, Dave from the UK. We appreciate you. Aiden, these meatballs aren't homemade. We did buy them at the local grocer, but James cooked them himself, so they're home cooked. So James did mention earlier in the challenge that the problem with eating large amounts of food that are the same thing over and over, it's the flavour fatigue of eating the same thing. Not so much the fullness, but the taste gets a bit horrible after a while. So those of you who are commenting he already looks full, I think he's just more so struggling.
Sick of the taste.
Yeah. Can you tell how many meatball he has left? Not really. We'll definitely count what's remaining if there is anything remaining at the end, but I can't see over my plethora of media attire at the moment. $44 to go. So, Pan Dessert AU, yes, James gyms every day. So he starts his morning in the gym with a weights training session. Right.
Yeah, I've got a burp coming.
So we've got, this is number, I'm no good at maths. We started with 152, guys. We're now down to 143.
What?
Oh, sorry, 43 to go.
Oh yeah.
So the sauce that James is using at the moment is like a soy and vinegar sauce. Apparently it goes well with pork, he says. I don't know, I've never tried it myself. Yes, Survivor, our time check is 17 minutes and 3 seconds. Vince, we'll see how he goes. It is quite a large amount of meatballs and it's the same thing over and over again. So we'll just see how he fares. He's not going to push himself past capacity, so... Yeah, Ollie, they smell good too. He cooked them on the barbecue. Whipple would like to know how you feel after last night's challenge. What did you eat last night?
Pasta.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I damaged my tooth in the sour challenge.
Oh, crunching the warheads.
No, I think the sourness has worn away a bit of my gum
Oh.
or the top of my tooth.
Oh.
Yeah, Scotty says his were a bit rough too.
Silly boys.
Do teeth repair themselves?
Who knows?
Like one of my teeth is like mad sensitive at the top.
It's probably your gum. I don't know.
Was worth it.
The most James has eaten is 8.2 kilos. However,
That was a mix of stuff, but
yeah, it was a mix of different food. It was more like a buffet. So yeah, teeth definitely don't repair, but your gums replenish. Arrow, he does between 1 to 3 challenges a day. It just depends how he feels and how large the challenge sittings are. Yeah, guys, time check on this challenge is now 20 minutes and 12 seconds. Priyanka, some of the challenges are suggested by fans. Other challenges are set by venues and suppliers, different restaurants and caterers. Other ones James just comes up with himself. Some of them are replicated from challenges that we have seen online with other food influencers and content creators. So it just depends on the particular challenge. This one today was requested by Jack and Noah, who are 2 of James's family friends and followers. So they wanted to see him smash through 150 meatballs, and James is going to give it his best shot. Whipple, he said he was fine. He just reckons he has a little bit of like sensitivity in his gums today. I definitely do not recommend anyone trying to replicate what those boys did yesterday on their live. It was silly nonsense, but they had fun. But yeah, definitely do not try this at home, disclaimer. Molly, sometimes I get hungry watching him. It just depends what he's eating. Do I have any desire to eat meatballs after seeing him, watching him devour through these ones? Not really, if I'm being quite honest. But sometimes he'll have challenges that I get FOMO of. Yeah, Bruce, definitely experiencing high flavour fatigue at the moment. He does have some different sauces to help break up some of the taste, but the same thing over and over gets very, very repetitive. No, James does not earn any income from TikTok. Unfortunately, because we're in Australia, we don't receive the Creator Fund. So we just do this for fun and to build his online audience, and then hoping that when James can travel, once our country borders open again, he will have a big enough online audience to then emerge into the States.
Oh,
Casey, he has done 100 dumplings before. He did that live on air on Nova FM with Fitzy and Whipper. He versed Whipper and absolutely smashed him. No shock there. But yeah, he has done 100 dumplings before.
On Saturday?
And you're doing them on Saturday?
No, the ones I did last Saturday.
What are they, dim sims?
Same. Dim Sims, dumplings. Same.
Yeah, he did smash 70 dim sims on Saturday.
Ooh.
Yeah, Molly, we are on YouTube as well. We are trying to build his YouTube at the moment. So we do stream from YouTube every live. We have 5 streams going. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So if you don't already subscribe to James's Twitch and YouTube, we would so appreciate you jumping across to those social platforms after the live and giving his page a subscribe. And if you feel very generous and want to go through and give his videos a thumbs up, would love you long time. Casper, we'll see how he goes. He started with 150 and I think he's down to the 30s at the moment. We'll see. I was confident at the beginning of the challenge, but I think as the flavor fatigue has hit him, I think it'll be difficult for him to get to the end of it, but we'll see. He's actually never done a steak challenge before, although I have seen the man eat his way through a tomahawk very quickly. We're waiting to do a steak challenge once Sydney opens back up again. How City is still in lockdown, so at the moment we are making all our challenges from home or doing them with delivery with some food suppliers, and James would like to leave a couple of food challenges to do at particular venues. Do you want me to get you a drink?
I got one more.
Okay. So Classy Ryan, he's actually got 3 bottles of sauce on the table. So he's going to replenish his sauce when he's ready. He probably is interchanging between sauce flavors, so gets right to the bottom of the bowl of one particular sauce and then swaps over. And this is a strategy to break up some of the flavor fatigue of eating the same thing over and over again. Yeah, steak is pretty filling. It's more so that James's kitchen, although him being a master in the kitchen, the size of steak that we would want to cook, we wouldn't want to do it in our residential kitchen. We'll leave that to the commercial professionals and do that at a venue at a later date. Yes, Stephen, we are still in lockdown, but you also have to keep in mind that we weren't in lockdown when the rest of the world was. So basically when COVID hit last year, by July, we really opened up again and we had life as normal pretty much from September all the way through to June this year. We actually hosted the biggest event in the world since COVID in April, which is our yearly annual Sydney Royal Easter Show, where we had 80,000 people in one space for 14 days straight, and there was not one case of COVID. So I know it's hard for the rest of the world to understand that, like, we're still in lockdown, but we haven't been in lockdown for 9 months. Bahama Mama reckons you have 20 more. You can do it. Vince, I think he'll probably go for a tomahawk or something. Not sure. As I said, I have seen him do it before. So, we'll wait and see. 5 Point, he would love to do Nathan's hot dogs. Absolutely. We are definitely trying to bring his online following up. So if and when it's time for us to travel overseas, James has some noteworthy experience behind him. To get a seat at that kind of tournament would be amazing, and I know is like a goal for James. So hopefully once we can venture abroad again and our country opens its borders, we can do that.
Oh.
Oh, that's a new sounding hiccup. That was cute. Caspar, I think James has actually got a good chance to be competitive. The issue for me would be knowing James's eating strategy versus some of the other competitive eaters. For instance, James won't douse his food in water to make it easier to chew. Like, that would make him ill. So I don't know how, even though I think James eats incredibly quickly, like I've seen him devour a 3 kilo burger in 2 minutes 30. I just don't know how his eating strategy would compare to other people's eating strategies. So James has explained to me, and I'm not going to try and claim to be an expert on this, but James has explained the reason he trains capacity is because if you can eat more, that means you can eat faster. So
the main reason for slowing down though is because you're getting full. That's why. Right? So you slow down when you start getting full. Yeah. So if you can delay that fullness feeling, you can eat faster for longer.
There you go. Heard it from the man himself. He has the appetite of a lion. Charlie, I agree. King of the jungle. Trish is saying you would do very well in America. Thanks, Trish. I think that's the long-term strategy. It's still very early days. Like, I think we're only up to day 95 on TikTok. So James has only been doing this and sharing his journey for just over 3 months, basically. So even though I think we have big hopes and goals for James, still keeping in perspective that it's very, very early days for him. Twitter, I think he's definitely full. This part of the challenge, I think he's very more so suffering from flavor fatigue.
And they're cold.
So guys, we are now up to 31 minutes and 33 seconds. James, stop. All the tripods are going to fall over. Trenton, he's always been a big eater, but he more so ate smaller meals more often, if that makes sense. So when people ask me, like, did he always eat big? My answer is yes, but never in the one sitting. So, like, he would basically graze food all day, probably to a similar capacity, but in more frequent, shorter meals, if that makes sense.
And more variety.
Yeah, different variety of foods, and, that makes a big difference.
Would you just give me another drink?
Yeah, what would you like?
Mountain Dew, please.
Oh. 12 to go, guys. Lots of people saying you can do it, big push. Guys, there's definitely no filter.
Oh,
Excuse him. Motor V8, we are finishing off the final portions of 152 meatballs. The original split was 80 pork and veal meatballs and 72 beef and cheddar meatballs. It was 8,554 calories of protein, but that didn't include his sauce selection for today.
oh, drunk.
Applesauce with meatballs? That sounds
Rank.
a bit different. Sheesh! So James's YouTube is currently at 1.8k. It's only a month old. So if you are following us on TikTok and you haven't already subscribed, you would know James's TikTok is now at 337k. So if we can convert some of that audience over to YouTube, we would so appreciate it, as we are trying to build that channel platform as well. We have a very loyal and enthusiastic TikTok audience, but yet to kind of crack that YouTube market. So if you are on TikTok today and you don't already subscribe to James's YouTube, we would so appreciate you jumping across. Come on, Bubba, let's go toilet.
Hey,
Yeah.
check her back.
Yeah.
Oh. Almost there. Come on. Oh, come on, Jimmy. Oh.
It's a huge mozzie. We're back. Hey everyone, we're back.
Last one.
Oh, last one. Good timing, Kate. Here we go. We'll just wait for James to indicate that he's finished chewing.
Ah.
41 minutes, 52 seconds today. Massive. Super, super massive. Amazing job. Thank you for your patience. My munchkie has a very bad bite on her back. Looks like a mozzie bite, but might be something a bit more sinister.
Oh man. What's happening, guys? That was feeling as. Thanks, Kathy. Jack and Noah. I hope you enjoyed that one. Oh man, that was feeling. Yep, it's done. It's done. No, I just feel bloated actually. You going?
I'm just going to take her into her room.
Oh man, that was so full. Gosh.
My next meal will be later this afternoon, guys. Need a rest. I was very filling, very filling. Thank you, Vince. I appreciate the love. What will I do now? Clean up the table? Lie on the couch for a bit, watch some TV, chill out a bit. I just did 152 meatballs. 4 kilos. Yeah, it was. Tonight's going to be pizza night, guys. Pizza. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate my Dutch following. Yeah, I feel okay, guys. A few burps here and there will be sweet. Thank you, is it Judy? No. Jixifi? Sorry, I can't read your handle, but thank you for jumping across to my YouTube. I appreciate you. Oh, man. Very filling. Yeah, I had a day off on Sunday. My hobbies are pretty much food and bodybuilding. Yeah, they were hard. The last 20 were cold, so it makes it more challenging. Yeah, Chico for life. A few burps, I'll be sweet. Thank you, Brett McIntyre. I appreciate you. The sour wasn't too bad, to be honest. I just feel like it's worn away a bit of my gum. Like, I feel like a bit of my tooth is exposed that shouldn't be exposed. Brett McIntyre, I really appreciate you. Thank you for the support. I